Welcome back to the channel, and thank you all for watching HCKT TV. Make sure you visit Evarts, Kentucky. That's my hometown and the hometown of heroes. While you're visiting Evarts, stay at Black Mountain Cabins and Campers, located there in Evarts, Kentucky, just minutes from the trailhead. Also, while you're in Evarts, eat at the Southern Belle Restaurant, located in downtown Evarts. Also, if you support the channel, scan that QR code. Let's get started into this video. Thank you for watching. Where is the transparency at, Mr. Government? I can't see it. The Black Mountain Off-Road Adventure Area has released a 2025 riding schedule, so please come to Harlan County and ride with me. I hope to see you there. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I want to thank you all for watching. This is the Evarts City Council meeting. I also want to show you a perfect example of a violation of Kentucky Open Records and Meeting Law 61.840. You're required to have adequate seating, acoustics if necessary, so everyone can hear you. This place needs to find a new location. They were standing room only in this little tiny room. This is a violation of the law. I was going to speak on this tonight, but there was so many people in there. There are 800 people in that town. I also noticed a lot of little secrets. You know, you're supposed to do everything that's going on at meeting in front of the public. Even signing that little book that guy didn't want me to see the mayor sign. The law is the law. Everybody has to follow it. Anyway, guys, here's the council meeting.
Bigger one, bigger one. Yeah, you can use that because that's just a two-walk.
We're doing that,
$275. Yep. Plus tax, plus around 300. It's nice. The chairs are like
I haven't seen it, the old lady go by this walk on
it's used, but it's like brand new. The chairs are nice. She'll have to come and look at it. Well, it's still got the plastic on it from the factory.
Dang.
Get a bigger room.
What's your nut, brother? Yeah.
Can we keep it like this? Can you put in a good word?
You know it's going to get cold.
I ain't going to be here long once I get my report.
Shuffling papers around.
Okay. That was a Todd Jones tech code.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, okay. Of the filter surface area? Oh, yeah. It's like 10 to 12. We can get within grenade distance anyway.
Hey, Mike.
It's designed
Mike.
2.3.
There's a chair up here if y'all want it. I was just doing what I was told by Chris. Chris is scared. She scares me not as bad as you scare me.
Jackie, breakfast has been on it ever since I've been coming up here. You'll give it. Heard you ask
Every bit of it, every bit of it.
Come in here, sit down there.
There's another chair he said up there.
Okay. You need some chairs?
I got a fence, so go ahead. I mean,
Look out there, BJ. All right, everybody good tonight? Appreciate everybody coming out for a meeting. Before we start the meeting tonight, as always, I would like for Brother Woody to lead us in a word of prayer.
Lord, we thank you for your love and your mercy, dying for us and all that you've ever done. And we ask God that you guide our minds, our hands, and our feet, Lord, as we do business for the city, not only for the city, but also in daily life. That we glorify you and what you've done for us. We thank you for all that you've done. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Woody. All right, we're gonna get started. All right. Good. Give me some batteries. I have to turn my ears on. Hello, BJ. Ready? All right, City of Everett City Council meeting dated Tuesday, March the 18th, 2025. It's gonna be called to order. Tonight, as usual, we're gonna start out with Troy with the financial report.
You have your financial report there in front of you for February. The checking balances at the end of the month were as follows. General fund ended with $48,359.92. Coal severance, $459.90. Fire, $20,547.96. Police drug, $209.52. The street fund had $4,293.71. Recreation, $1,114.67. County garbage, $14,056.30. The cops for kids at $600.92. Tourism, $12,174.37. Sanitation, $5,794.84. Sewer operations, $9,709.75. Depreciation reserve, $50. The water operations, $140,105.18. The American Relief Plan Act, $772.31. The bond account, $5,400.13. Water deposit fund, $107,602.47. KIA had $100, and the credit card had $2,700.50. The general fund for the month brought in $25,631.97. It expended $28,501.19. It expended $2,869.22 more than it brought in. For the year, it has expended $58,976.56 more than it has brought in. The next 2 pages, front and back, are your expenditures out of the general funds. Sanitation brought in $10,359.27. It expended $10,100.73. Brought in $258.54 more than it expended. For the year, it has brought in $1,624.77 more than it has expended. The payment to waste sanitation follows it. The sewer brought in $15,834.72. It expended $23,440.48. It expended $7,605.76 more than it brought in. For the month, for the year, it has brought in $2,401.04 more than it has expended. and water brought in $133,389.01 for the month. Of that, $43,656 was grant money. The expenses were $98,441.05. It brought in $34,947.96 more than it expended. For the year, it's brought in $63,362.93 more than it has expended. And then your expenses follow that.
What's Lisa Milton, is it?
Darren. We're
Oh,
on over
okay.
to this now.
Oh, okay.
Anybody got any questions about any of the checks and expenditures?
Make a motion, accept the report.
Made a motion, set the report, Jackie second. Is everybody in favor with the bookkeeper's report? Everything good? All right, next we're gonna move on to the minutes from last meeting.
The City of Evarts regular scheduled meeting for Tuesday, February the 18th. Present is Mayor Eddie Manning, Charlie Couch, Larry Cottle, Preston McLean, Ernie Woodard, and Jack Renfro. Meeting is called to order. The finance report is read for the December 17th meeting. Larry makes a motion to accept the report. Preston seconds, and all present agree. The finance report is read for the December 23rd meeting. Larry makes a motion to accept the report. And Jackie seconds, and all present agree. The tourism report is given. Ernie makes a motion to accept the report. Jackie seconds, all present agree. Water report's given. Charlie makes a motion to accept the report. Larry seconds, and all present agree. Police report's given. Ernie makes a motion to accept the report. Charlie seconds, and all present agree. Fire report's given. Ernie makes a motion to accept that report. Larry seconds, all present agree. Jackie discusses water coming off of a private property onto her property and the damage it is causing. Mayor and city attorney both inform her that she would need to take that up with the homeowner. The mayor also tells her that we have FEMA coming to look at some of our drainage issues and maybe they can help with that ditch. Ernie makes a motion to adjourn and Preston seconds, all present agree. Meeting is adjourned.
Well, FEMA did come up,
We'll bring that back a little bit.
and
We'll talk about that in just a minute. I get the motion to accept the minutes. Charlie made the motion, Larry seconds. Everybody good with the minutes? We'll pass that around, let you sign it. I'll find that. That's what I want to tell you, Jackie. So you click it off as you talk into. All right, next we're gonna move on to tourism report. While y'all signing that, BJ.
Hello, everybody. Once again, it's been kind of quiet. I do want to thank the city and the county. A lot of progress has been made over there on the park. Looks like the county came back up and graded the track, got everything that was torn out by the flooding fixed back, and there's still a little bit of sand over there under one building, but we should be able to do that. Looking forward to the next month. We're going to start having our monthly yard sales again. We'll have those on the first Saturday of each month. And then in May is going to be our first big event, which is it's the Park Southern Shine Crawl, and we're going to have an event there for Memorial Day as well. Hopefully we can draw a big crowd and have some fun there. We did get and I wanted to talk to you about it, Eddie, if you got a second. Mr. Mayor, we did get the bathroom facility moved over there. We did get the bathroom facility moved over there. Are you still wanting to put in a septic system or a temporary system?
Well, I don't think we can put a septic system on that, cause that's flood property. So we'll probably put something above ground. I'm sure there'll be some, all that was bought out by the flood project, so I doubt we can put anything in the ground over legally.
We can ask, because if it's in, the structure is temporary, it can be moved. Did you make that structure where it can be moved, BJ?
The structure could probably be there, but I don't know if we can put it in the ground.
I know you've mentioned it once before. I've got a temporary tank.
We may have to do it.
I just didn't want to, I didn't know what the legalities were to that.
Let us check with the Corps engineers and check out all them, because
I got a guy that I got in contact with, was taking over a bunch of stuff today. He'll be my guy.
there is gonna be some stipulations of the property, because it was
Yeah.
flood property.
BJ, call me tomorrow and remind me, and then you'll start checking in.
I kind of figured there would be.
There probably is. So
And
we might be able to do if we can do a above ground structure that can be moved, that's probably not gonna be an issue, but I don't know that we can put anything in the ground.
Well, that was the whole idea of doing the bathroom facility like we did. It can be picked up with a
Yeah.
tractor or a backhoe.
Yeah, cause if you were to build a permanent structure, it would have to be as high as that trailer next door.
Yep.
So that was the reason for you're right.
So, I mean, and then getting water over there, I mean, that's gonna be relatively easy to come off of the
It's
tap
real
there,
easy.
but
We can have a tank with wheels on it, we can just grab and move.
that would be perfect.
That
But
would
I
be
kind of, it wasn't an issue till I got it over there, but now that it's sitting there, I don't want it to be destroyed or bothered while it's there. If we can't do this relatively quickly, I'll just take it back and put it somewhere, because obviously,
Doing a
dark.
tank on wheels would be easy.
It would, and I've talked to a couple contractors.
The only thing we'd have to make sure is we just have to make sure that, like I say, if the flood waters got up, we could get them in sewer, they would be really picky about it. We just have to make it to where we can do it.
The location I put it is, this last flood wouldn't have touched it.
Yeah.
Because that's what I used for my marker. And I mean, I didn't want that to happen, but that it did, I knew where the water got to. And we moved it well away from that, so it wouldn't be an issue. Cause of course, I didn't wanna lose a big facility we just paid for, so. But
We'll check on that, but I'd say we'll have to do something to be movable.
like I said, our next event's not until May, but that's just a month and a half,
Is the April Fool's ride canceled?
No, the April Fool's ride is still on, but the Tourism Commission doesn't have an event until May.
Okay.
Yeah, the park is still gonna do the April Fool's ride, but our sponsored events don't start until, I don't remember what weekend that is, but it's in May. And that gives us a little bit of time, and if you guys decide you just don't wanna do that, that's fine. I just kinda wanted to bring it up and make sure what direction we needed to go so we can get it done.
Yeah, no, we need to have a tank there that can pump. I think that's what it's gonna be. I think they're gonna make us be able to move it. And if they get any water out of banks, that might have to be out there. Cause I'd say having any sewer in the river would be major.
Oh, yeah.
Major.
Well, if we can fix it to where it can all just be picked up, that would be great. And that's a possibility with the way that it's plumbed, that you can fix something adjacent to it on the back, on a platform.
Yeah.
That you can just pick it all up with a backhoe or a tractor.
Yeah, just move it, or put, like I said, put it on 4 wheels that you can just hook a truck to it and pull it out of there.
And the hardest part's over. We got the facility, it's here. Now we just gotta kinda figure out what the legalities are and get it
Yeah,
done.
I think what you're gonna see, especially after this last flooding, you're gonna see FEMA be a little bit more strenuous on
Rightfully
structures,
so.
permits. I think you're gonna see that coming up, because even when they come in to help, they usually end up looking while they're in, and they say, well, why is that true? So I think you're gonna see that all over Harlan County.
Well, a lot of liberties were taken, and it causes people to lose a lot of things and to put their life in jeopardy, and I would never wanna do that to anybody, so I'm glad that.
But I think on that bathroom, I think we'll just have to look into it. We'll ask him to see, but I bet if we build a 100-gallon tank on wheels, houseboat uses.
Well, see, that's what I have already.
That's what we'll do.
We bought one that actually it would slide up under the unit and could be attached to it, but still give availability to pump. And that way, if it needs to be moved,
Just gotta move it.
You
And I
just
think
grab
that's
it.
what we'll have to do.
fresh water, and you probably have to get a solar panel for a little bit of
If
electric.
I'm not completely wrong, I think any structure that's put on wheels, I think it has to be moved every 30 days by law. So if we put it down there, we may have to move it every once in a while. Yeah, that's what it boils down to.
You get something
They want
like that.
the be movable.
Yeah, well, I like that idea, cause you might not want it to sit in the same spot all the
And
time.
that's what they want. But we just gotta make sure that we do it, they don't come in later, and I think that's how we do it.
Well, if y'all get a chance, right over there and check it out. I don't have it open, but if any of you wanna look at it, you're more than welcome. Just call me or something or stop by. We'll go open it up. It's a really nice little facility, so it'll look good over there once it's done.
The park took a pretty good lick in the floods.
It did, and that's what I was saying. I thank you all, and I know you guys moved a lot of dirt, and I'm pretty sure that Bill and him came up and fixed the track, that back portion. It was graded and re-gravelled, and it looks really, really good. So hopefully that'll, stay for a while.
Hopefully there aren't no floods for the.
I know, man, that was bad.
Anybody got anything for BJ? Questions, comments? BJ, you got anything else? We'll get with you as soon as we talk to them about that tape. Right, I get a motion to accept BJ's tourism report. Carl made the motion, Jackie second. Everybody good with tourism? Yeah. Okay, thank you, sir. Next, we're gonna move on to the water report. Woody.
As you can see in the water loss, we've got it down considerably from the last months and the prior months. Guys, they're really doing a really, really good job staying on top of that. Larry's actually gone today, for a training tomorrow for, meter calibration and he's taking a lot of different steps on his own just to try to better himself, and he's doing a great job out in the system. And the crew that he's got working with him are really staying on top of things, so the water loss are at numbers we ain't seen in quite some time, and we're still gonna do better than that, but we're up to 250,000 gallon less a day than about this same time last year, so that's a huge change, and that'll allow us to not have to use as many wells, and if you don't have as much demand, you don't have to have as much of a supply. So that'll help us as the summer months come on, as things get hotter, and we don't have to pump as much. But other than that, we've got them going for some trainings. They're in the apprenticeship program, which will give both operators that are in that program, once it's finished, they'll have their license at the end of it, and doing good in that. That's a 2-year setup, so that does take some time for them to get those licenses, but that'll make us have the licensed operators we need to suffice the state and their standards. So they're in full support of what we're doing as far as that goes. So, but everything else is pretty quiet right now as far as maybe Mike can speak as far as maybe when the tank project may.
The tank is ready, and we got a backwash pump with it. We spoke to a contractor that helps Woody maintain the filters, and we thought he had the numbers. They recommended a flow test drawdown for the actual flow, but what I'm going to try to do is have it ready to advertise next week, so we can put it in there. So Woody says that he's got the measurements on the filter media itself, so we just do a calculation on what the backwash flow rate will be. We know what the head conditions are, we just need the flow rate. So we hope to advertise that, get that ready to advertise next week.
Yeah. Once that gets going, that'll probably go
Real quick,
fast.
yes.
Yeah. So but we'll see some little bit of progress as far as the money that we got awarded last year.
That money's just waiting for us to draw down.
Right.
Start the project.
Draw it down at each month as the progress goes for the tank, so. Contractor present us invoice, and then we'll draw the money from KIA, and then they'll send the money to the city.
But it's really, I mean, I can put it into words, but the money that we save, getting the water loss down to what it is astronomical. The numbers that we save as far as treatment, pumps, electricity, those numbers are really, really something to see once you see how much even 10 or 15% extra saves the system. So our guys are doing a really good job. We're proud of the work they're doing, and gonna just try to maintain it, even take it further than what it is.
Good job.
Thanks, sir.
Anybody got any questions how the grant money actually works? They want to ask Mike, basically, as far as how it's allocated. And, I know people don't understand how that works. If they got any questions about how that works, they're gonna ask Wayne's here. But, you know, a lot of times people think you with money, they just give you money. It don't work
No.
that way. You know, everything's on a drawdown
You're
system.
not hurry up and wait.
You give them invoices and they pay invoices, you just don't get money. I'm sure everybody understands that.
One thing I would like to add is on the water loss, if it is a little bit more next month, the past couple of months, we've had to do, the readings wasn't actually read, they had to be calculated due to failures of the equipment that we had, so, and the weather, one month they couldn't get to them, so much snow and things, and then, so next month, this time, we'll have more accurate numbers, but it's looking like it'll be around 30%, so that is something, once you do have to just, do what's it called, Christie? Not a estimate, yes. Just estimate the meter readings when they can't get to them. It does throw the numbers off a little bit, so it will take a month or two for that to level off for us to know the true number. But when they're estimated like that, of course, that just goes on the past 12 months, average per customer, so, but that was just something that was out of our hands, just things popped up, it just so happened to be 2 months in a row due to weather and, the failures in the system, so.
We are reading meters as of yesterday, and
Yeah.
we actually had to go out and hand read for 4 hours yesterday. Still had some issues, but census was on top of that, got it worked out, and my guys put those reads in by hand, and out the door they went. We're right on target.
Anybody got anything for Woody? Or Mike?
Sound like you're getting a handle on it.
Trying to keep it that way.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, when you got people that want to do their job the way them boys are doing it, it's, you can get a lot of things accomplished. They're doing a great job, really are.
Y'all fixed a big leak up in the,
So,
Ludwig, yep.
yeah, sure did.
Where Larry's at right now.
Off to get, meter calibration, certification, so that'll help.
He is an eager beaver, that boy.
He's really wanting to dive in head first and do all he can, so.
He is an asset, that's
Yeah, I was
for sure.
real proud of him, you know, we went through that rough stretch and seemed like everybody in the area was without water and we were fine.
Yeah.
So that was a complete 180 of what we had last year. I had a comment, people asked me, how did y'all do it? I said, well, we got people that care, a little more, done a better job watching our water usage. And we kind of learn from our mistakes, and, you know, but it worked out good. I mean, I was proud that we looked at it. Really happy. Having people that cares means a lot. It really does. Hey, anybody got anything else for Woody? All right, can I get a motion to accept the water report? Larry made the motion to accept the report, Ernie second. Everybody good with water report? Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mike. All right, next we're gonna move on to Daniel, police report.
February of 2025, we had a total of 5 reports. Of those 5, 4 drug-related and 1 theft. Blessed to have not had any assaults or traffic collisions. 6 motorist assists. Responded to a total of 14 complaints. 5 agency assists. 7 traffic stops. 9 arrests. And a total of 318 and a half man hours. We added James Talby as a part-time officer. He'll be mainly helping us Friday and Saturday evenings. Bright side with him, he's already academy trained, so we don't have to go through the troubles of sending him through a lot of training and having him away. He's already trained. He's been out of policing for about 5 years. He come back, so he's gonna have some retraining that he's gonna have to go through. But it definitely beats having to send him all the way through the academy and stuff. He's a trained police officer, so he'll be with us Friday and Saturday evenings from hopefully for a good amount of time.
Is he the one who used to live up around the Shields area?
Yes, yeah. Yeah, he worked at I think he actually started here. Yeah, he started here. And ended up,
Officer Reed, is he?
He's still.
he's still here. Yeah. But he actually started here, then he worked at Bell County, and now he's back here.
That put us back to 4 officers, and that'll give us a lot more coverage on the weekend with 2 part-time guys. So they give us, should start.
He actually started last Friday, worked Friday and Saturday, so he's doing well. We'll get him brought up to speed, and we'll have some extra coverage for the weekends.
Well, that's good, because it don't matter how healthy you are today, it don't matter who you are. And if you have someone, you know, gets sick or something bad happen, you got somebody else can step in and help you.
And he's one of those too, you know, he can be kind of flexible with the shift. If he, let's say we don't have anything going on Friday or Saturday, he can come out and work like Monday or Tuesday or something like that. So, he's gonna be a big help for us.
Well, especially the season coming in now as is with new.
He came right in time, but right when it warmed up, so.
Yeah, it's pretty quiet in
Won't
the
need
winter.
that much, but good.
We can hope so.
Anybody got anything else for him? Questions? Nothing? All right, I get a motion to accept police report. Charlie made the motion. First and second, everybody go to police report. Like I said, that puts us back to 4 officers, and that'll give us back some good coverage on the weekend with both our part-time guys. And Brian will still be on the weekends too, so. Next, thank you, sir. I appreciate you. Next, we're gonna move on to fire report.
Fire report. We had 2 structure fires, both outside the city. Had 3 cancellations, single agents in the middle of the call. Had 2 brush fires and 1 traffic control.
Y'all had some bad forest fires too.
Yeah.
At least your report is the better. All right, you get a motion to accept fire report. Ernie made the motion, Jackie second, everybody good with that? Next, we'll move on to old business. Jackie, I don't think the FEMA guy come up and looked at that ditch.
He did.
Yeah, he didn't actually do much ditching when he was up here, he was looking at other stuff.
Well, he came up that Saturday. It was 2 of them, and they walked that whole hill.
Was it
That was
JD?
the FEMA people that's here for.
Yeah, that wasn't JD,
That
wasn't the
FEMA.
No, that wasn't JD.
Well, I think what we're gonna do, Mike's gonna look at it.
He said he'll go.
If he
over
thinks
it.
that we can get in there without damaging any private property and
See
try to
what
clean
they,
you out some ditch right through there, we'll get in there and try to see if we can do it. We just
What
wanna
they
make sure we
did.
don't damage no private
Yeah,
property.
the street's pretty narrow.
It's pretty narrow.
oh yeah, it ain't gonna be no road. I'm gonna tell you right now, because it's eating all the foundation out and up under the, because what they did, when they took that trailer up there, they did not open that
Ditch back up.
back open.
We're gonna look at
And
it, see
then
what
that water
we can do.
comes right on top of me.
We just gotta make sure we don't get on private property and do it, but, but we're gonna see if we can get in there beside that road.
If they
Well,
just
I
open
don't
up the
do that.
ditch and just get the water out for me, because I don't care, every time it rains, it pours. And this whole hill is full of water.
And the top of that hill don't take a lot, Everett's Hill's always been like that.
And where Woody lives, is all coming down. Our road is sinking down there right across from Tammy. It's getting ready to go anytime.
Well, Mike will look at it, if he thinks we can get in there without doing anything. to
So
the
he
private
said he'll
property,
go up with me
Then we'll
after
get,
me.
we'll get our guys, they've got that little tractor, and we can get in there and not, 12 inches and make a pretty good little ditch on top of that hill. So
Cause me and Ernie look at it too, it's all, the water just lay it, when
but
it
we just gotta
rains,
make sure that we don't
it
get on
just
somebody's
lay.
property, that's the main thing,
oh, it ain't on nobody's property
we need to make sure of that. 'Cause we
and
don't-
stuff,
We don't
so.
get on private property for sure. So, but we'll get up there and look at that, and if we can help you with that, if it's not on private property, we'll get that cleaned out.
Well,
See if we can
you
help.
ain't gonna have a street, I'm gonna tell you that when it keeps doing that.
But we still gotta stay on our property,
I know,
we just can't cut the deal. But we'll look at it if we can, we will. Alright, anybody got anything else, no business? That's all I think we had, I know FEMA did come, but they didn't, JD, but he didn't.
no,
look at
I
that
didn't
part.
say it was the
It's
other
different,
one.
guy.
Yeah.
It's different people. Anybody got anything new business? Yes, sir.
Keister Street.
Keister Street.
I did, after last month's meeting, I did go meet with the AML They sent a guy out that week. He wrote his report up and it's been sent up the ladder. I've went back several times after that and checked that one lady, the second house, and, she calls if there's another rock coming. So I go out and take another picture. But, hopefully AML, there's only one person in the hazard office that ever goes there. This is the guy that came, he's actually from Corbin. And, so they've got, the report is in and it's been sent to the next level.
Yeah, y'all know what he's talking about, don't you? There on Keister Street where we had that slide that come over in the flood.
And all those houses, it's all, you know, it's just slate and shell behind it and it all sloughs off behind everybody's house. Just so happened the second house actually has a slight drain that comes off the hill right behind her house.
So hopefully AML can help us, and if they can't, then I guess.
They said they hadn't done a project in Evarts in a while and they wanted to.
Yeah,
And
I
they
think
tried
the
to
last
help us if they
project they
could.
done was Sawmill Hill for us.
Right. So he said they would try every way they could.
Deal with that kind of help we can get. I'm sure the homeowners appreciate it. All right.
I wonder if there's any way Mike could probably help us with the streets.
Sure.
About that time,
Sure, amazing.
So I can keep car wash.
you can call them. They,
I'll call him tomorrow.
promised to come up here, but
Yeah, I'll
sometimes
call
we
you
gotta-
tomorrow.
Appreciate it.
It's a shame you gotta get your engineer to call the state highway department on the state representatives, but then again, to be on the,
That's what it is.
we've got a new state, representative and, maybe it's time to contact him. He's not been able to help us with it yet because we probably, the situation because he's new.
Good we got Mike.
We got Mike, good to have friends in high places.
Thank you all.
Yes, sir.
If nobody else has got anything in new business, Ken needs to talk to you about the sewer project, which is really old business, but it don't make any difference.
These ladies need to go.
We do. I think our church missions, Isaiah 58, Bobby Owens, I think he spoke to you a couple
He
months
did.
ago. And we were just here to see if we could have permission to have some roadblocks. I know that the volunteer fire department does it a lot, but we were told to come here to at least ask for
You're correct.
permission.
Bobby asked me about doing a roadblock in town,
Mhm.
and like I told him, roadblocks have to be approved by you guys. So we can't approve roadblocks like I can't approve a roadblock, it has to be done through city council. So what we do by coming here, what that does is that keeps you from just having somebody on the side of the road. There's some stipulations to it, but it keeps you from just everybody going out and having a roadblock in the middle of Everett. So, what she's talking about is they have a mission group that goes.
We're gonna go to Peru. Yeah.
So they're wanting to come in and do a roadblock at the car wash, that's what we authorize them, with your all's permission. And of course, as usual, we just ask you to wear safety vests, and we don't like any children at them. I mean, I know it's a state highway, but, we'd still kinda just watch our, we don't want to hurt. So that's up to you guys, that's what they're here asking.
What day are y'all having?
We have several days that we could choose from. We just didn't know whenever you all would.
What Pluto is,
Best thing to do is I got a calendar going for them.
Okay.
Do like a blanket allowing them to have their roadblock and call me tomorrow and we can go over the dates, cause like Cleto sets his up at the beginning of the year.
First of the year?
Yeah, and then they've approved for the rescue squad to have a couple through the year, and I've got theirs already on there. And then that way we don't have, we don't cross them
Absolutely.
over, but yeah, you can, once they get them approved, just like I said, blanket them to allow them to have them, and then you can call, we'll get you on the calendar, and that way, if anybody else comes forward, we can say, hey, we've got these days already scheduled.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think that'd be the best way to handle it.
Yeah, we keep a calendar on them, and we just have to do that to keep people.
Absolutely.
It's a safety thing, and we just want the council has to, I think we've done that 7 or 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Council just has to approve our roadblocks. I told Bobby, I said, not a big deal, I'll do it for you if you don't wanna come. But if you wanna come, you just need to come ask, and then council will decide if they wanna, allow it or not. So, what you guys, does anybody have any problems with it?
I don't know.
Okay, I need a motion probably to allow, what's the name of the group, church?
The church is Kaywood Church of God, but the mission is Isaiah 58 Ministries.
Okay, Isaiah 58. So I need a motion to let Isaiah 58 Ministries have roadblocks and efforts. Okay, is everybody good? Jackie made the motion, Charlie, Preston second. Is everybody good with that? All right, you guys fine. Just call up here to City Hall and they will, they'll schedule your dates. They'll look at our calendar and see when we ain't got the other ones. You all will be available for any date we ain't got, like the rescue squad, Shriners, rescue squad,
And then
and
our fire department.
our fire department.
That's the only
And
three
then
I've got on there.
we got one more, we got,
Bill and them don't do it no more.
about that.
No.
So,
Thank you all so
you're all
much.
welcome.
Yeah.
Sorry you had to wait so long, we were trying to get
That's
you here
okay.
earlier.
That's what we're here for.
Ken, can you talk to him about the sewer project real quick? Thank you all.
Thank you.
Okay, we opened bids on the 4th. Unfortunately, we only had 2 bidders. One of them I don't think was real serious about it, but anyway, we came in way over budget. We had estimated it 5 years ago at $500,000 on construction. Bids came in at $727,000. So we need to try to go back and get $226,000 more dollars. The only place I know to do that would be Fund B KIA loan. And I mean, obviously we could cut out some of the lift stations, but that to me is not feasible because every one of them is in horrible shape.
Yeah, and what Ken's talking about, if y'all remember, was we had the grant that we got, the $500,000 was for wastewater. You know, people were confused on that also, but that was for wastewater. So basically that was to redo all of our pump stations inside the city, or outside the city too. We've got 7, I think.
7.
So that $500,000, a couple of years ago, went a long way in getting it done. We were gonna have to borrow like $85,000 to finish the project.
180.
And then you got some of that got for us.
Yeah,
But then when this went in, it ended up being a lot more than what the estimates was to get it done. The one thing I will say, and this is probably the same thing Ken's saying, you know, you can take stuff off a project and you can whittle it down to what the money you got. But the problem with doing that is the projects never get done correctly. They get half done. And then 5 years from now, you're doing it again. So, I think we need to go along with the whole project, even if we have to borrow some money to get the project completed and completed completely. Because once the whole project's done, then you're talking about 15 or 20 years probably of a good sewer system. Whereas if you have to do the project, we'll be back here another 5 years asking them again to try to do 2 or 3 more lift stations. Is that how you feel?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's how I feel. You know, of course, it's up to you guys what we do, but I don't like to have to do projects because it just costs you money later on. I'd rather just borrow the money and do it all right the first time.
Yeah, and it'd be more expensive 5 years later on down the road, so, yeah.
And you gotta look, if we do the project correctly, if we borrow the rest of the money to get the project done correctly, if we do it correctly, then, you know, you're talking about, hopefully some of us are sitting at the table, but 15 years down the road, I'm gonna say that sewer system will last quite a while, and we won't have to revisit this situation. You know, and maybe our kids can revisit it, but we wanna get it to where we're not back in here in a couple of years doing it. So, I don't like to have to do nothing, I'd rather get it all done right, first time. So, I think what Ken wants to do tonight is he wants you all to authorize us to start looking into it.
Christie's got a resolution there.
Does everybody feel that way? I mean, he can cut out of it, but it's not gonna get done right. And then, like I said, we'll be revisiting this again. And we see where that's gone with a lot of, water projects where you have to keep cutting fat out of them, and then you're right back revisiting in 2 or 3 years. You just need to do it right.
We're going for Fund B.
Is everybody okay with that?
Let's do a motion.
Okay, Clark made the motion to
To go to the Fund B.
go to Fund B. second on that? Charlie second, are you good with that, Preston? Everybody good with that? Okay, so everybody's in favor. Yeah, I don't wanna half do it, I just don't wanna do it that way. I'm glad you all agree.
Read this lovely resolution. Authorizing resolution of the city of Evarts for filing a loan application and appointing appropriate local government official and successors entitled as official project representative of an infrastructure revolving fund being state revolving loan program project. Whereas the city of Evarts proposes to complete a project as identified in the Water Resource Information System as SX2109501 and whereas the city of Evarts endorses said project, and whereas under the terms of amendments of KRS 22224A, the state is authorized to render financial assistance to eligible projects applicants by way of infrastructure revolving fund B established to aid in the construction of eligible infrastructure projects, and consideration for approval to be based on applications submitted through the Kentucky Infrastructure Authority. And whereas the improvements proposed for the construction by the city of Evarts within the city of Evarts sewage collection system area are considered eligible for such loan assistance. Now therefore be it resolved by the city of Evarts City Council that the mayor, Eddie Manning, and successors entitled are hereby authorized to execute and submit in application through the Kentucky Infrastructure Authority with such assurances and required supporting data as it necessary to obtain loan assistance from the Infrastructure Revolving Fund B for the proposed facilities improvements, and are hereby authorized as the city of Evarts official project representatives to carry out necessary negotiations for and administer the loan assistance and application. An applicant may obtain from the Infrastructure Revolving Fund. Adopted this 18th day of March 2025.
Motion to accept that resolution.
Yeah, go ahead.
Get a motion to accept that resolution as read. Already made the motion. That's a second, everybody good with that? And I think Ken said that the interest loans like, what'd you say, 0.5%?
0.5% for 20 years.
It's basically like bonds, I'm sure, it's real low interest, so. So we should look at what, about 200, and we got the 500 that we've got allotted for us, plus a little bit, so we're looking about 200,000, you think?
226,000.
226,000.
What the new budget would be.
Does that need to sign that?
Do what?
Does that need to sign that?
Yeah, I've got 3 or 4 things you'll need to sign here. We'll get that.
I don't know where to
Yeah.
sign that.
All right, we get that, and I'll sign it. Anybody got anything else?
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Jackie, after the meeting, we might go up with you. Cleo, do you care to go up with them and look at that?
I don't care a bit.
And that way, if Mike can tell you, Mike and Jackie, and you come up with an idea, just hammer down on it. Okay? Anybody got anything else? All right, somebody send us home. Somebody made the motion to adjourn. Second. Meeting's adjourned.
Yeah.
Well, you need me to sign this up.
What you in, Larry? I'm in my, okay. I'm gonna follow it. I ain't gonna take you by
God, there's so many secrets goes on in this little town. So many secrets.
Who's the police? I tell you, there's no transparency here. They want to pretend like they are, but there's not. None whatsoever. Tell me, guys, what do y'all think? Tell me what you think, honestly. I'm gonna get home. I'll see you on the next one. Y'all take care. God bless you. Now, I think I'm going to have to speak next month. I'm going to have to figure out how to speak, too. I mean, they adjourn it and end it so fast. I mean, I'm going to have to figure out when he says, does anybody have anything for this person or that person? Is that what I'm supposed to speak? I mean, public comments are supposed to be held at the end. But to me, they wanted to get up there and see that councilwoman's property and figure out how could they solve that water issue coming over on her property. I just wonder if they're going to get on her property to fix it, because I'm sure she don't care as long as they don't get on the other person's property. Citizens of Evarts, if y'all care about where your tax dollars are going, I think it's time to start showing up at these meetings. They're the third Tuesday of every month at 6 o'clock. I think we need to figure out what's going on with their little secrets. I mean, I don't get it. I really don't. You know, and they're facing a lawsuit. And they violated my First Amendment, which I didn't sue them. I want to see my town grow. I want to see it prosper and do good. Congratulations to James Tobby for coming back to the Evarts Police Department there. I know James, he's a good guy. Anyway, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Tell me what you think about that itty-bitty tiny room that they hold them meetings in. I promise you, it is a violation. You can Google it. Anyway, guys, take care. God bless, and I'll see y'all in the next one.